Hello, welcome to the channel. This is Moose Drifts. My name is Brian Miller, and this is my channel. Kind of tracking my journey through sim drifting. We moved up to Washington State last November, and to be close to our oldest and his family, and our oldest, he's a real life drifter. And we went to Spirit Peaks to watch him drive. He was driving a BRZ at the time, and I kind of got the bug kind of bit me on drifting. Not necessarily to drive in real life, but at least to, try sim drifting. And he encouraged me to do that. And it's a lot cheaper than real life drifting, and I really enjoy it. So I figured I would kind of introduce myself a little bit and go to Spirit Peaks and drive not a BRZ per se, but it's the Toyota version of it, the GT86. So I got into making or physics swapping cars, so really enjoy doing it. And so I'll give you a spin around the old layout of Spirit Peaks because I don't like the newer one. It doesn't flow as well, and so I practiced an awful lot on this particular layout, and really like driving, and it's a lot of fun. And I can run it relatively clean most of the time. I still have problems, but that's why I try to get as much seat time as I can and sit here and practice. And really like this track. I love the layout. Like how it flows. And I usually hit the tires like that on some parts of the track, but I'll get a clean lap here in a bit, in a little bit. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun, and I encourage anybody to, if you want to get involved in something, and it's good for your mental health. It's good for just focus and stuff like that. I'm a disabled Air Force veteran. I did 26 years in the Air Force, retired, and still work because I don't make enough money with retirement checks and disability checks to survive on, so I still got a full-time job. And my wife is a life coach, so if you're looking for a life coach, hit me up. I can hook you up with a really good one. And there goes the tires again. One thing I don't like about this particular layout, I think they made these tires out of concrete, because they'll throw you in the air, as you can tell. I've already hit them twice, and they kind of pivoted me up a little bit. But if I can get a good clean one, I'll swap views on the track a little bit. And this is a fun track to drive. Just sim drifting in general is fun. I encourage any veterans out there, if you're looking for a hobby, it costs a little bit to get involved with this initially, getting your setup and stuff like that. But you can go with the cheap route. You can get the Logitechs. You can get Thrustmaster setups like that. I recommend getting a direct drive. I'm running a Moza R9. It's not my first setup. My first was a PXN gear drive system, and it was okay, but I found myself being held back by the limitations of the wheel. And as soon as I got this Moza R9, it was like night and day. My learning curve decreased drastically, almost overnight. And you don't have to go through, and get the steering wheels that come with them. With the Moza, you can get a quick release, and you can get a regular car steering wheel and hook it up and run with that. If you need, other things, YouTube, you can make button boxes, you can make everything. You can get different pedals, you can get, everything. I was using the PXN shifter for a while, and I just got a shifter off of Amazon, and I like it a lot. And it kind of matches my e-brake that I got from Amazon as well. So, and Eventually I'll get me some load cell pedals. They're in my Amazon shopping cart. Well, that didn't work out real well, did it? Like I said, I'm still learning. I enjoy doing this. I try to get some seat time just about every night to get better. I've probably got about 120, 125 hours into this now. Started in early July of this year. And I try to get as much as I can, as often as I can, without, neglecting my family life. I like to spend time with my wife and my dog, and we get out and do things all the time. We like the Pacific Northwest. We like it up here. This particular track is in the Pacific Northwest. It's about 2 hours south of where we live. And this, like I mentioned before, this is the first place I got to see my son drive in real life. And it was just great. I loved it. And just, people out there that want to learn how to do this, hit me up. I'll walk you through it. Don't know that I can teach it, because as you can tell, I'm not the best driver in the world. There's plenty of other guys out there that are much better at this than I am, and spent a lot of time watching tutorials on how to do this, and just find what works for you. And it's not necessarily easy to learn right at the get-go, but just keep working at it, And if you talk to anybody that's ever sim drifted, they'll say, eventually it'll all just click and it'll all fall into place. And from my experience, it does. It just falls. I mean, you get to a point where all of a sudden you've got it figured out, and hung up on the tires. I built me a button box. I watched a video again on YouTube. Janky Drifts. He did a little video on how to build a button box. And I got all the pieces and parts and watched the video numerous times and built me one. And so I can, throw myself back into the pits when I make real big mistakes and get hung up on tires or whatever, or flip the car. And I got to recover without freaking the game out and get right back into it and come right back out. But the good thing about it is, when you go to the pits, reset your car. You don't have to take it to a garage and get work done on it or anything like that. Which is the thing I like most about sim drifting, is once you get your gear and you get set up and you get it dialed in, the big expense is gone. You don't have to keep replacing tires, because like I said, you go back to the pits, it resets your tires. It's like you just put a brand new set on. But if you start doing this, record yourself. Save your playbacks, because you can go back in, you can watch what you've done, you can watch where you've messed up, you can analyze it, you can figure out what you need to do differently. This is good for my mental health. This is how I de-stress for my day. It's enjoyable. I don't get too frustrated at it usually, because I know it's a learning curve, and I'm just out here to have fun. I don't know that I ever intend on getting into competitive sim drifting or sim driving. Who knows? I might one day. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Right now, I'm just enjoying the journey. I've got a server set up that I can pick the tracks and the cars that I want to drive and get on and slide with my son and a couple of his friends, and it's all in a controlled environment, and I don't have to worry about people coming in and wreck you on purpose, or doing stuff like that happens in some of the online lobbies with people, or the ones that expect you to be a professional driver, and they get mad at you if you mess up. And I don't need that kind of headache and aggravation. I'm out to have fun. And so I set up my own server, figured out a car pack that I like to run. Team effort is it's a real good car pack in my opinion. It makes the driving fun. They're not too hard to drive or control. Once you figure out the setups, you're good to go. And some of the cars I didn't necessarily like the way they looked, so I learned how to do physics swaps. And I took the team effort physics and put it into this Toyota GT86 because I love the way the team effort cars handle. Probably if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably seen me doing the same track in the Scion FRS, which is same thing as this GT86, but I just like the way the 86 looked a little bit better. Some of the color combinations and things like this, but right now I'm driving the black one because that's what I watched my son drive. He drove a black BRZ, and I've got a BRZ that I physics swapped as well, but it's a right-hand drive, so it's not exactly like what he had, but it's a little bit like it. And but yeah, kind of like NASCAR, except NASCAR you can go in circles and turn left. This you turn multiple directions, but you're trying to get the car sideways. There's the tires again. The only thing I like about the new layout, because they've got two that you can download, is when you hit the tires, you usually slide right through them. It's a little bit of a bobble. It doesn't throw you in the air like these do, but definitely know when you mess up. Like I said, I've got damage turned off. I've got tire wear turned off. I got fuel consumption turned off, so I can just sit here and drive all day long, multiple hours, and still don't have to worry about tires or damage to the car or whatever. You can make it as realistic as you want. I've seen some of the videos I've watched that people actually build enclosures for their sims that make it look like they're inside a real car. And running VR helps with the immersion because it looks like you're physically in the car, and you got to get used to the way that is. And it's tried it once with my sons, and it's definitely wild to try to drive in VR. But I'll get everything that I want for my setup, and right now I'm using a little wheel stand. Instead of everything sitting on the desk, it's on a wheel stand. Makes it a little bit easier, a lot more sturdy, and I can move it out of the way when I need to use the desk for something else, or I can just leave it sitting here. Just depends on what I'm doing at the time. It's a lot of fun. Probably mention that a lot. You're probably getting tired of hearing that, but not as bad as a lot of the videos I watch. Like, okay guys, all right guys, all right guys. So I'm trying not to use too many verbal pauses for you guys and gals, but yeah, I highly encourage anybody that wants to get involved. Hit me up, leave comments on the videos, look me up on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page called Moose Drifts. Look me up and sit chat, and as I get better, I'll start going out into other servers, or maybe I'll build another server that's completely public, and we can go from there and run. But like I said, I like going on the one I've got built right now because I control the tracks and the cars, and a lot of the servers that are run out there are a lot of them are the same tracks, same cars, and I can't drive those cars yet, or I'm not good at them. It would take more seat time and more practicing with those, and some of them are not as forgiving as these are. And the whole point behind even building a real life drift car is you want the car to be easy to drive so that you can have fun and you're not getting all frustrated because you can't do what you want it to do. And so I approach my sim drifting the same way. I want the car to be easy to drive so that I can concentrate on the technique and slinging around and just have fun and enjoy it. Some of the car packs that people use out there, they're just a little too much. And a lot of people like to run the pro spec cars, the VDC cars, the Formula Drift cars, and you know, there's a time and a place for 1,000 horsepower cars. I've got a version of this GT86 that I put. I did an LS swap for the engine, so I've got a LS Corvette engine in it. It's 511 horsepower. This one's just 350 that's in this one. And I love driving that 511 horsepower car. But it's good for some tracks. It's not necessarily good for... I could probably do it on this one, but this setup is just easier with the 350 horsepower FRZ or FRS engine in it. Yeah, it's just more enjoyable for me. But I hope you enjoy this little journey. Follow me around the track, riding with me. Yeah. If you ever want to learn any more, let me know. I'll do what I can, and I'll walk you through. We'll get on Discord and share screens, and I can kind of try to coach you through some of the turns and shorten the learning curve a little bit, maybe help with setups and what to look for and stuff like that, and refer you to some other drivers out there that's got videos and teaches you how to do things. But yeah, keep it sideways. Thanks for tuning in and hope you enjoyed it. Bye.